Are you live?
We are live.
Oh my god.
This season exactly like last season. Those are the exact words we said. Let's go. All right, welcome everybody. We are back. Backstreet Boys are back, and so are we.
Okay.
For season 2. She's like, wait, Backstreet Boys weren't around when I was born.
That's a strong opening.
Yeah,
yes.
Very strong.
We're up there with
opening.
the Backstreet Boys for sure.
Up there. We're sold out immediately. So this is Sam here, head of programs at Launch Academy, here for you for season 2. That's right. We made it not only one episode, not only 2 episodes, we did an entire season. And we're back for more. And of course, beside me, as always, the star of the show.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be back. I'm impressed we made it to season 2.
I'm impressed they let us do more than one episode.
Ray didn't shut us down, which is great. But yeah, we're back here, season 2. For all of you who are new to the podcast, I'm Sade, the Ops and Community Manager here at Launch Academy. And this is my assistant, Sam.
Wait, I gotta do the Sade face.
You're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it wrong. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
How long? A couple months. It felt
month.
a lot happened. A lot happened. And so
happened.
this episode is all meant to just catch up on everything that's happened. And then the real fun starts episode 2.
What are you talking about? This episode's gonna be so much.
I've promoted this episode as the most boring episode of
She
the
thinks
season.
it's gonna be the most boring, but I got all these cool things planned. We got some fancy new graphics. So for those of you that are tuning in for the very first time, we have these super cool graphics right down here below. Now I can say things like, "Well, click on the link down below."
Oh
for
my
more
God.
stuff.
We're legit now.
We're
We can do
legit
this.
now.
If it's
Yeah.
not showing up, we're gonna look really stupid.
Also, for all the people listening, this
Yeah.
sounds really stupid.
Yeah, for all the people listening, check out the video. It's more fun.
It's more fun, but definitely give us a follow
Yeah.
on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. What's the other one? Oh yeah, Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Probably watching this live on Facebook. Launch Academy HQ for all that there. And subscribe to our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the 8 people, although I think half of them were our producers.
And my
that
mom.
have given us 5-star reviews. We need more 5-star reviews.
Yeah. Come on,
I feel
guys.
like it was Sade. Maybe, did your mom give us a review?
Yeah, my mom definitely gave me a review.
Nice. Shout out to Sade's mom. We haven't said that in 3 months. Now it feels right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but let's kick things off. As per normal, what's the weather like?
So, weather, incredible. We're going to have highs of 8 degrees, lows of 3 degrees.
Highs of 8
Sun,
degrees.
yeah. This is a high. This is
The
a high.
last episode we did, it was 28 degrees.
Yeah, well, it was in the summer. You know, it's getting colder, but it's going to be a beautiful, sunny, wintry weekend. So my advice is for all the ladies going out this weekend, when you ask yourself that loaded question of, do I wear a jacket? The answer is yes. Yes.
I really thought you were going to go in a different direction.
Yes.
There. Like some like Canadian pride thing. Like there's this like movement of Canadians that are like, oh, it's -2 degrees. This t-shirt weather.
No. Wear that jacket. Wear it.
Yeah, this is the first time in like 3 weeks that I've been out with like just a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's going to be
And
nice. It's going to be a great weekend.
Mostly it's because the lights are burning in here, but that's good to know. So no rain this weekend.
No way. And that's your
So
forecast.
If you guys need to get your hikes in,
Yeah.
get them in now. 'Cause it's
All
gonna start.
downhill after that.
Even my tires are getting slippery. But I mean, speaking of sun and all that stuff, you went on vacation while we were gone.
Yeah. So in between seasons, I managed to get a little bit of time off. I went to Europe. Tons of fun.
Fancy.
Ran my first marathon. It was hilarious.
You chose to run your first marathon while on vacation.
Yeah. When I say this, people look at me weird, but it was a running vacation. I went to Portugal to finish my training, and then I ran my marathon in France, and then I went to Ibiza to do the post-training
You
fun
flew
part.
to France though, right?
Yeah.
You didn't run from Portugal to France.
No. Wow.
I have to be clear on these things because sometimes
No, I did not run from Portugal or France.
Okay, so you ran your first marathon. How much is a marathon for us?
42.2 kilometers.
They really got to add that 0.2 in there.
Yeah.
It can't just be
I don't
42.
know. Like, I really need to read into like how that was determined.
Do you think it's like an American miles thing?
Maybe.
Or something?
Well, marathons are Greek, right? So I don't know.
I don't know. Is Greek metric system?
I don't know.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
you ran the 42 kilometers.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. It was the weirdest marathon ever. So entertaining. That's the only reason why I agreed to run this marathon. It was 42.2 kilometers through vineyards in France, and you go through 51 different castles, and you do wine tasting at each castle if you want. And so the caliber of athletes that were running this marathon were the people who were good enough to run a marathon half drunk, really dehydrated,
I'm trying so hard.
having
not
a
to
really
interrupt
good
you.
time.
My mind is as fireworks just throughout it.
It was amazing. So I'm not a good enough athlete to drink, so I didn't partake in the drinking.
So let me understand this. So I did like that infamous 10K, which was an embarrassing story. We're not going to go back into that. But they had water stations there, right? So
Yeah.
so I recognize a water station. So is it like in lieu of water stations, they have wine stations?
Yeah, so they have water stations and they have wine stations.
Okay, and then so paint me a word picture. Like, are there like fancy wine glasses? Like
They have like the plastic wine glasses.
okay, and then do
And-
you stop by, give it a sniffy sniff, and they go like, oh, what year is this from?
Exactly. And it was honestly, if I could have recorded sound bites out of that whole marathon, it would have been the most hilarious audio file. Like the things that you heard people say throughout the marathon, where it was like, all right, 5K until the Pinot Grigio.
And it was mixed. It wasn't just reds.
No, it was reds, white, rosé. It was all of it. It was really cool. Yeah.
Did they decide like at the 5th kilometer you get X or?
Yeah, it was just to the different castles that you went to. And at the end, they hand you like, obviously like the medal thing, put it around your neck, and then they hand you a bottle of wine. That's the end of the marathon. I still have that wine in my cabinet.
Who says drinkers can't be runners?
Right? Oh,
Why not
French
both, right?
French runners. You should see them. They thrive on wine.
Did they also have like buckets for like vomiting? and
No,
stuff like that
but
inside?
everybody was peeing in the vineyards, which was pretty hilarious to see. And also the thought of like what the 2019 batch of wine is going to taste like.
I did not even think about that.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, that was my vacation.
It's crazy. I cannot top that.
What did you even get up to?
A lot of running. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do
You also
any
rolled your
running.
ankle.
Yeah, like right after we ended the season, like I rolled my ankle. There's no cool story there. It's just I rolled my ankle. That's the end of it. Was off my feet for 2 weeks. Didn't do anything. Was limping around.
Yeah.
I actually fell again at my house when I like refused to get crutches and I was just trying to reach the door and just like,
And I remember Sam coming into the office and hopping around and then being like, I struggled so much at home. I couldn't like get a glass of water and then hop back to my desk without spilling the water everywhere.
Yeah,
and then
needed
I just,
bottles.
I looked at him and I was like, don't you own a water bottle? What's wrong with you? And then he was like, oh,
That's a water bottle.
water bottle.
What if I get hot water? Whatever. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I went to Korea. So my story is not nearly as cool as yours, but like I did have like a pretty interesting experience. So I went to an island called Jeju. So it's known as the Hawaii of Korea. It's like this offshoot
Okay.
like travel island. They're known for I guess their golf course. It's a volcano, so it's like got hills and stuff like that. And so it's a pretty small island. Like you could probably drive around the perimeter in maybe like 3 hours, 4 hours. Like it's
That's
not
awesome.
big.
Okay.
But anyway, so we rented a car, and the super interesting thing about like cars there and the technology there, and this is where I'll loop back into technically we're supposed to
We're supposed to be
about,
talking about tech. Yeah.
tech and that kind of crap, right? But like obviously the rental cars have the screen and everything's in Korean, so I don't understand anything despite how I look. But the thing is, whenever you go over the speed limit, because I think the rental cars don't want like to go through the hassle of like charging you for like a speed ticket later or something like that. Those cars start sirening.
Oh God.
And the screen starts flashing red every time you go 52, 53.
Okay.
Like, we're not talking like late night speed racing. We're talking like 3 kilometers over the speed limit.
That would be so annoying.
And then on top of that, I think because it's kind of hard to get around the island because of all the hill, like it's one massive hill, so they don't have as many cops on the road. But what they do have are these cameras at like every bloody 500 meters. And what the camera thing would do is it'd warn you before every single time that there's a camera coming up. So basically, the whole trip long, we're just hearing beep, like something Korean, which means like, oh, there's a speed camera ahead. Something, oh, there's a speed bump. Oh, something, you're over the speed limit. So
that sounds very distracting.
Like the island itself is a very relaxing place, but every time we stepped in the car, it just started going crazy.
Is it like that everywhere in Korea or just on this island?
I think it's just the rental car.
What happened on this island?
Well, it's super hilly. So like,
okay.
They actually have parts where they'll create a second lane just for you to wide turn.
Oh wow.
So it was a little bit like kind of like if you're looking through the mountains. It's not the best drive, but that kind of actually got me thinking because I was like, okay, they're never gonna get any speeding tickets, like if they keep warning us every time there's a camera. But the thing is, because it's so annoying, it works. It's a system that works.
Yeah.
I barely sped at all because it'd go crazy every time.
Yeah.
I tried turning the volume off, that didn't work. I tried turning the screen off, the screen would come back on.
No, I don't doubt that would be effective.
Like that was like mind blowing because like they have solved speeding. Because like they just annoy you so much that you don't want to speed, and it works.
Let's not pitch that to Canada. That sounds really good.
I don't know, but
don't speed, guys. Just don't do it.
Just don't speed.
I don't want a screen screaming at me.
Crazy. I have no idea. So, but anyway, we're starting season 2, and I promised that it would be better. It would be bigger. We would have more food, and so since this is a celebration, I thought we would bring the food in early. So. Yes. So, because it's a celebration, what can celebrations never be without? Don't say wine.
Tequila. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the obvious and say cake.
Yes. So we brought some cake. I got some cake. So there's a backstory. Right. By the way, shout out to our third producer, Giselle. She's gonna bring over the cake right now as we kind of roll it slowly on screen. There's a backstory to this. So I think, have you been to Metrotown at this point? I mean, you've lived here for 2 years.
I actually have never been to Metrotown.
Never been to Metrotown. So great. So that's why I knew she would never have gone to this place. So a couple months back, I'd never heard of this place. For people that have been to Metrotown, you'll know what it is by now. It's Uncle Tetsu, and this place is known for their what they call, I guess, Japanese cheesecake. I didn't really look up the details of what the backstory of this place is.
Okay.
What I do know it is I was walking by, going to my shoe stores and stuff like that, and the lineup was like an hour and a half long. I kid you not. Any given time. So I was like, there's no way.
Did you stand in line this long for this?
So yesterday, I booked it to Metrotown early to grab this cake. I waited a whole 16 minutes in line. 16 minutes.
Whoa. Okay.
So obviously, since the hype's died down, it's gotten a lot shorter. But here it is. But they're super weird about it. So I'll get you to open up the cake. I've actually
I feel like I'm gonna love this
from my in-laws. And
so are we always starting up with food now? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Maybe. Leave us a comment if you think we should start with the food or end with the food, or not have food at all, or
just disappear and shut up.
I just watch Shada eat. Let us know.
This looks so amazing.
So this cheesecake is, I don't know if we can get it on camera, but you guys can Google a picture of Uncle Tetsu cheesecake.
You can see that.
It's definitely different. I won't say different how. I'll just kind of let you try because I've tried it before, and I'm gonna make you give a rating out of 3. So 3, you would highly recommend it. 2, you would recommend it on occasion. 1, pass. That's fair. Let's not get too complicated with like the 99 out of 100 and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
She's cutting it like a waffle. She's cutting a cake like a waffle.
What do you mean? This is how you cut a cake. You cut it like you cut a pizza.
I guess. Wait, is this true?
I'm a pro.
I'm not going to argue with you there. You definitely had more cake than
This place doesn't know it yet, but they should sponsor me.
Yay!
Woo!
Yes. We also added drops. So.
Okay, wait, pass me your plate.
Getting served on air. So we'll save some for the rest of the team. But this is Uncle Tetsu, Metrotown, 16 minutes lineup.
Oh my god.
Give it a shot.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the awkward eating sounds for the people listening.
She's like, I feel judged right now. But she's the one doing the judging.
This is so good.
She likes it.
Oh my god.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
This is so good.
So so you would totally wait 60 minutes in line for this?
Yeah, I feel like this texture would make a really good pillow.
That's not the term I would have used.
Don't you agree?
Yes, it would make a great pillow.
Okay, I'm rating it highly recommend. What number was that
Higher.
again?
That's a 3. That's a
3.
So
I'm giving it a 3.
So Sade is saying that highly recommended. Uncle
God,
Tetsu
it's so good.
worth the wait, since I guess she didn't wait. So I would give it probably a 2. I was a little bit kind of underwhelmed because looking at all the crowds, I thought it would be something like mind blowing. And first of all, it doesn't taste like cheesecake.
It does. It tastes like a cakey cheesecake.
A cakey cheesecake.
Okay.
Like it feels like
it's fluffy.
It's fluffy and it's really light, and I like that about it because sometimes you have a cheesecake and you feel like really bloated and whatnot. But with this one, I feel like I could eat that whole thing and go to lunch.
If angel cake and cheesecake had a baby, that's what it would be like.
Yeah, but like I also don't get much like cheese out of it.
I do.
Yeah, my taste buds aren't strong enough, I don't think. Meanwhile, Giselle's looking at us like, when do I get some cake?
Here. Have some.
Giselle?
Amazing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right.
All right, shall we get into the serious stuff?
I guess let's get into the serious stuff. So I looked it up. Our last episode was somewhere around August 10th, August 11th. So since then, there's been a whole bunch of stuff that's happened at Launch Canning with some of our alumni around the world. So I compiled a news report of what I think is everything that's happened since then. So I'm gonna try and get through this as quick as I can. I got some papers here.
Do you have enough breath? Like, make sure
Do I
you
have
really
enough breath?
inhale.
Gotta drink some water.
Passes out midway. We did a lot happened.
We did a lot. So if you guys are ready for this, let's go. So first thing, acquired by Eventbrite, celebratory drinks were had. 3 companies landed for the Maple program here from Hong Kong, United States, and Brazil. The Global VR AR Summit came and went in Vancouver. Drinks were had again. Vancouver Startup Weekend Hackathon came and went. Hackers hacked, presenters presented, and joy was spread throughout. Alumnus, Care Team Technologies, and CUBE both won awards at the New Ventures BC competition. Drinks was probably had. Canucks Sports and Entertainment announced the purchase of a brand new esports team aiming to participate in Season 2 of the Overwatch League. Probably no drinks were had, since the gamers are under 18. LA Alumni Fans Unite signed a partnership deal with English Premier League champion Leicester City FC. Drinks were definitely had.
Yeah.
GrowTech Labs launched a cannabis-focused incubator here at Launch Academy. Local VC Version 1 Ventures announced a new fund with $57 million Canadian in commitments. Another one of our alumni, Fin.ai, closed $14 million Series A in funding. Celine Dion announced that her 15-year Vegas show would be coming to an end in June 2019.
What?
Drinks in Vegas are always being had. VRARA Vancouver branch, in partnership with Launch Academy, announced a brand new VRAR hub. Kennedy Stewart was voted in as Vancouver's newest mayor, winning by the slimmest of margins. Shape Immersive joined the Open AR Cloud Foundation as a founding partner. Marvel creator Stan Lee passed away, may he rest in peace, and finally had an egg tart for breakfast.
That was really good.
We're all caught up. See, I could have been a
Wow.
news anchor. Why did I go in tech?
That was impressive. Also, that gave me kind of a lot of anxiety. I'm really anxious. Most of this stuff I had nothing to do with, but it made me anxious. I feel responsible.
Well, that's why we have the anxiety, and then we have some cake, and it goes away.
No, that was great. That was
really
amazing.
Should have had tea with this, by the way.
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that was a lot.
Yes.
Let's talk about the important stuff. All of this is important, by the way. Our alumni did some really great work. So did our members. So did our partners. Everybody's been killing it in the last couple of months. A lot of growth on everybody's fronts. And also a lot of cool industries popping up and growing fast.
And Celine Dion.
And Celine, what? That's really sad.
I should have had a Celine Dion drop, to be honest with you. I didn't ring it.
I thought when you said Celine Dion, I thought you were going to say something really positive, like Celine Dion is coming to Vancouver, and I was celebrating, and then you said is ending her Vegas shows, and I was like,
usually
ah!
what happens after they end their like their repeated shows, they go on tour. So
Okay.
maybe I don't know. This is speculation.
She's got
Rumors
it.
started here first.
We're hoping for Celine Dion. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some of the important stuff that happened.
Let me catch up on my water.
Well, okay, a few big things happened from season 1 to season 2. As mentioned in all of that, you probably heard GTL, Grow Tech Labs mentioned. That was big news and a big new step for Launch Academy. So on the last season, we announced Lighthouse Labs graduating and moving out of space, as well as VST graduating and moving out of the space. So there was a lot of farewells, which is very saddening, but we're really excited to see them grow.
We got through that. We had a week.
Yeah, we got over it. Drinks were had. And now we made room for some new incredible partnerships. So let me tell you a little bit about Grow Tech Labs. They moved in, a couple months ago now?
Yep.
And so Grow Tech Labs is a cannabis technology accelerator. So they've moved into our space, and we've created a fun partnership with them where they're accelerating companies in the cannabis industry focused on technology. And don't let this confuse you. We are incubating the accelerated companies. So
That's a lot of words.
it's an accelerated incubation. Yeah, buzzwords. Woo. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit more about GTL. So, okay, they're focusing on cannabis technology, and they've got this 90-day program that they offer that basically gives the companies education, industry mentors, access to advisors, as well as potential investors, and the support that they need to find market fit and launch their prototype or launch their product within the cannabis technology industry. So it's really great to see such a niche accelerator coming to launch now at this time with our producer is saying something.
Audience is saying no audio.
Okay.
So I gotta roll out, but
We've got some issues. Let's see if we can fix it in the next couple of minutes. Apparently, the live has no audio. And if that's true, then you guys can't hear what I'm saying right now. So it's pointless.
I'll edit
All right,
it.
that's
No,
fine.
I'll keep that on.
We will just post the video later and it'll have the audio. Back to GTL. So GTL was launched by Barinder, who also runs Niche Canada, which is a nonprofit that shares peer-reviewed, evidence-based research about everything in the cannabis industry in Canada. So doing a lot of great work. So really excited to have them in our space. They've already brought in a few companies, and they've got a cohort starting in January. So what we're doing for those companies is providing them with our Launchpad program, which is everything you would need to support the growth of your startup and the growth of an entrepreneur. So we bring the startup stuff, and they bring the cannabis industry specific stuff. Yeah. On top of that, we launched our VR AR hub. You might have seen some press releases around that. We're really excited about that. We really want to support the VR AR industry that's growing super fast in Vancouver. That article came out a couple months ago about the VR AR landscape here in Vancouver, and they had some really crazy stats. Like, I think it was like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, there was only 20 XR companies in Vancouver. Now there's like over 200. So the industry is booming, and we're here to support it. And the VR AR hub was launched in association with the VR ARA of Vancouver. The
Vancouver.
VR. Yeah, we're gonna say that a lot in the next episode, as we'll be hosting Dan Berger, the president of the VRARA. And so in association with them, we launched a VR hub, which is pretty much just an extension of what we're doing here at Launch Academy with our Launchpad program. But now we're tailoring it to VR AR companies. So this means we'll be bringing in industry mentors and coming up with industry specific workshops and events for that for the VRAR and supporting them with equipment. And we've got a green room now, which is pretty dope. We'll probably record the next episode in the green room and try to make some cool stuff happen in the background.
More work for me.
So that's been a big step for us. Looking forward to see what happens. We already brought in one VR company that's in the space already. There's more to come. Applications are open. So if you're out there and you're a company in that space and you want some support that's industry specific, as well as some overall support on how to grow your startup in Vancouver, go into the launchacademy.ca. Is it .com? Or .ca?
We're .ca. Do not go
How
to...
do I not know
I mean,
this?
shout out to the guys at launchacademy.com, but we are launchacademy.ca.
.ca. Forget about the
So
.com.
.ca/launchpad
Yeah.
if you want to apply.
So there's lots of information about that on there, and yeah, go ahead and apply. And we were gonna have some great mentors. I had some names written down to do some shout outs. We'll have Daniel from Y Dreams, Tony from Cognitive 3D. I was gonna say Cognitive Lab. That's another company. Charles from Lamazoo, Anne Marie from the VRAR Global Summit. Of course, the famous Dan Berger from VRARA. And
That name before.
he'll be on for the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And Alex Chang, our co-founder, as well as the CEO of Shape Immersive, an
more
AR company.
importantly, our guest of episode 8.
Yeah, go back and check out his episode. He's pretty funny sometimes. Yeah. So we have the hub, and then last really important thing to mention is the Maple Startup Visa program has been doing really, really great. I don't know if you want to say anything specific about that. I've got some cool numbers to run by you guys. We've now have 7 companies that have successfully gone through the program. We're currently hosting our 3rd cohort and working on our 4th cohort. So that'll be coming through in January. So lots new companies to come, and we're really excited to host them and to see this program kind of get the success that it deserves.
Yeah, I mean, Ray's been traveling. I've been traveling. I'm actually going to Brazil again in a week's time.
So Ray went through India, you went to Korea, you're going to Brazil. We're
on the hunt for
On the
all
hunt.
sorts of cool companies all around the world. So if you're watching this and you're not from here and you want to be here and you want to be a guest of this podcast, hit me up. Sam at launchacademy.ca. Just give me a shout. We can go from there. What's next?
Yeah, I mean those are the 3 big things. We're going to focus on those. Those are now our big focus, and filling up those programs with great entrepreneurs.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I know you, and technically is travel. You were just in Seattle a week ago.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's talk about that. We just did our 3rd CXO dinner in Seattle it was last week.
Week?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was last
Days
week.
feel like months and months feel like days.
It goes by so fast. It was November 7th, and that went really well. So we're getting some good traction with that event. It's now a series. We've gotten some really great sponsors on board, and we're planning on doing as many as possible. Still in talks of where the next location will be. And our goal here is just to bridge Vancouver to the top US tech ecosystems as much as possible, to really create those partnerships and really bring entrepreneurs together with VCs, investors, other entrepreneurs, and get that collaboration going between Vancouver and those incredible tech hubs. So we had one in San Francisco that was really quite a big success. And then we had our first one here in Vancouver. Seattle went really well. I was really amazed by the turnout in Seattle. Everyone was really excited about taking part in something that had to do with the Vancouver tech ecosystem, with being neighbors and all. There's definitely a feeling like we need to work together more.
Yeah, and I think like outside looking in, it looks very much like, well, Launch Academy is doing all these different kind of unrelated things. And I think I promise you, it is all related. I mean, if you haven't heard the episode that we did at 50 Shades of Ray, that's always my favorite episode. Go back and listen to the last episode of season 1 with Ray. He'll drop a lot of what we call like Ray idioms, not Ray idiot, Ray idiom. And one of those things is everybody's got something to learn and everybody's got something to teach, and that's something that we take to heart here at Launch Academy. I mean, to be kind of more serious for a second, but like, it's so interesting when we have different sectors, industry experts coming in, and they're kind of joining together and they're learning things about each other's industries. And then we have companies from literally all over the world. Like, we have a room right now in the back, if you're here at Launch Academy, like, we have companies from Brazil and Hong Kong, and we're soon going to have ones from Africa and so on and so forth. And we're like hitting
Turkey.
all the continents. Antarctica, I'm hunting after you. If you got any tech companies, we'd love to bring you here too.
Oh, Costa Rica too.
Costa Rica's not a continent.
No, but Costa Rica is a country that needs to step up to tech.
So we got to take their test companies. No, but for real, and you know, we're doing things here. We're doing things in Seattle. You often hear us talking about doing things in San Francisco, and it's all this kind of seemingly random things together that kind of makes what we do here work. I mean, if you have just lettuce, you have lettuce.
Yeah.
If you have tomatoes, you have just tomatoes. You have ham, it's just ham. You put it together. That's what makes it a sandwich, and that's my Sam.
Where's the bread?
Gluten-free here.
We're gluten-free. Yeah, so I mean, these are gonna keep going. We're gonna have more and more, all the way until we loop back to Traction 2019 and CXO Summit 2019, and I mean, endless opportunities, right? It's so great. I mean, I really enjoy going out there and interacting with everyone and filming. We've got a highlight video coming out next week, so you guys will be able to take a little peek at the fun.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube and
find us
all
on
of our
YouTube.
channels. Yeah.
Launch Academy. Just search for that. I don't know what the URL is, man. I can't keep all these
So
URLs.
we already got a time restriction from our producer, so we should work on wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. Okay, what's coming up next? We already talked about it. Dan Burger's coming out next week.
Yeah. So season 2 of the Launch Academy podcast is going to be really incredible. We've got a guest for every single episode except for this one. We thought you guys, you missed us enough that you wanted to just see our faces. But also what we learned from last season is that we're not very interesting. And we
Speak for yourself. I'm all interested.
And we need some cool guests, and we have access to a really, really great community. So we've lined up some incredible guests. Just to say a couple names, like I said, Dan Burger next week. And we've got Jay from Picketic coming in for the episode after that. We've got Jamil from Innovate BC. Barinder, I talked a little bit about Barinder already, from Grow Tech Labs, which will be a really awesome episode. She's so cool. She was just listed as a top 20 influencers in the Canadian cannabis industry. So she's a top dog for that industry, and I'm excited to have her on and to talk about that.
But you're a top dog of the show. So
thanks for making me feel good about myself, Sam. Great.
I'm all about positivity.
I am a puppy next to Barinder. She's the top dog. So we've got some really awesome guests. We've got 2 more episodes to fill, and we're really looking for some high caliber people. So you can expect only good from this season.
And here's a hint for one of them. Wait.
It didn't work.
Didn't work. Wait.
Now there's build up.
Hello. It's me.
You think? Oh my god, are we gonna have Adele on the show?
Who says that wasn't my wife singing in the shower?
We should have your wife on the show. She's also doing some amazing stuff. Yeah, so that's it for season 2. It's gonna be amazing, and we hope we get all your support, please.
So if you haven't already, please subscribe. There's that little bit.ly/Lunch Academy, and that will get you onto subscriptions. Make an iTunes account. Give us a review. I still don't really know what they're for, to be honest with you, but every top podcaster does it, so I'm doing it too.
Oh, and we have one announcement. We've got one event coming up. I wrote a little bit down here for that. We've got Circuit Stream coming to the VRAR Hub, which is here at Launch Academy, and they're going to lead workshops and introduce the community to building AR applications on Magic Leap as well as mobile. So there's going to be lots to learn next weekend.
So get Dan to bring a Magic Leap.
So if you want to learn about that in general, sign up. It's happening Friday, Saturday next weekend. You can find it on the Launch Academy event tab. And yeah, there's going to be some really sick people leading these workshops. So
They'll be healthy. With that being said, let's wrap this puppy up. And we'll be back next week. We are going to do episodes every 2 weeks, but because, like I mentioned before, I am traveling, so we're going to bump it up. So you get us 2 weeks in a row.
And then it goes bi-weekly.
And then we'll go bi-weekly. So
cool.
We're signing off here. Apologies to the guys watching the Facebook Live video. We'll get that audio right up after this. Probably finish the cake first.
Yeah.
Cake first and then audio. But we'll go from there. So signing off. Any last words? Any shout outs?
Bye.
Nope. See ya.